marl to the fabric, it really disguises it all, but you don't even see it very much to begin with. I know I'm not the only one who likes to run in my bare leggings, and like I said, I have run in these a few times, and I don't have any pilling between the thighs yet. I'll keep you guys updated. This is a really heavily brushed fabric, so you could expect some pilling between the thighs, but I haven't had any. So not a running legging, but I love these. That wraps up our fleece lined section. Now we're moving into front seam performance leggings. So we do have a variety of types of fabrics. Some of them are a little bit thinner, some of them are thicker and more compressive, but they're still just performance leggings. Starting out with one of my favorites, actually. These are the Yvette Power high-waisted running leggings. I got a size small, and these are fairly reasonably priced at $43, so not insanely expensive, but honestly for running leggings, that is pretty affordable. The size range is extra small to 2XL, and these are a 24-inch inseam. They say these are a full length, but I really wish they were a little bit longer. 24 inches is definitely more 7/8 to ankle length on me. And I not only loved how these performed, but I also love a lot of the features of these leggings. So these are made of a lightweight, sleek performance material. So they have that sleek texture, they're pet fur resistant, but they're more of a light to medium compression, so you're not getting super compressed in these. But honestly, I find that lightweight leggings tend to stay up a little bit better because they're not being weighed down as much. You also have this elastic waistband, and I used to hate this type of elastic waistband. I was like, oh, these never fit anyone. They're always super unflattering. But for running, this is one of my favorite types of waistbands because they simply cannot slide down below your hips. So you know that they're going to stay in place. The only thing that would make these leggings better is if they did not have a front seam, but it doesn't cause me serious problems. So let's go over some of the features. So we do have that elastic waistband, and part of the elastic waistband in the back is actually opens up. So it's a little shirt loop. If you need to take off your shirt while you're running, you just loop it through this back part. So these definitely were designed with runners in mind. Also on the front part of the waistband of these leggings, you have this extra little mesh insert for a little extra tummy control because these are a pretty lightweight legging. But I actually didn't even notice this the first time I wore these leggings because you really can't see it from the outside. So again, a fun little feature. I love the pockets on these leggings. They're your typical drop-in pockets, but they have this nice little fold over detail. So you can put your phone, your belongings in your pockets, and then you just fold over the top, and it's a bonded edge here. So it's super smooth, super seamless. You almost don't even see the pockets there, but it's a little bit more secure than a regular pocket. The hem of the leggings is also a raw cut hem, so it doesn't dig in, even if these come up a little bit on my calves because they're kind of short. They are a high rise and go right to my natural waist. I do think I could size down in these. The waist is just a tiny bit big, so keep that in mind. You don't have to size down, but I probably would prefer an extra small. The front seam is the only thing that I'm like, maybe I don't want to size down because I don't want to have the front seam issues. Light to medium compression, medium on the booty scale. They definitely don't squish down the glutes, but the seam in the back is pretty long. That can just kind of lose your glutes in the process, so definitely a long glute friendly there. Typical triangle gusset. And then we get the run test, and I definitely loaded the pockets up. Honestly, lately I've just been putting everything in either my vest or my flip belt and not really putting things in my pockets because that's like the #1 way to weigh down my leggings, and I just hate doing it. I will say these did slide down a tiny bit, but because they have that elastic waistband, they only slid down maybe like 1/2 inch and then they stopped. But I think that would be a little bit better in a size down, and in terms of sliding, definitely wasn't the worst. And for the sweat test, I would say it's mild to moderate. You definitely did show some sweat, but after my run, it was significantly less sweat than a couple other options here. And it does dry very quickly, so it shows it, but for me, not too bad. So overall, I love these leggings, and I feel like they're kind of a hidden gem. Next, we have the Lululemon Fast and Free Tight. And you guys, every time I try Lululemon, I think maybe I'll like it. Okay, I didn't notice this when I was trying these on, but I'm seeing like the weirdest little thing happening with the stitching on the very top. Can you see how the stitching is just like literally standing up on the edges of the legging? Like that is really weird. Actually never seen that before. Is it like coming undone? Okay, we'll get into the details in a second, but the legging does have an interesting thing where it's just like a stitch at the front of the waistband and more of a top band in the back. And the stitch at the front is actually like unraveling a little bit. Not only is it all standing up, but I literally have like a loop of the string just coming out. We'll put that aside for a moment because I had so many things to say that weren't that. But anyway,